Welcome to our Think-N-Innovate podcast. Today, we are plugging into the world of primary computing. We have got Ms. Swati, who is the head of primary computing and head of innovation at GEMS Winchester School, Dubai, who is making waves in how tech is reshaping the classroom. Thank you, Ms. Swati, for joining us today. You have been with GEMS Education from last 5 years. So when you started, were you ever imagined that you will be leading, one of the computer science and innovation department?
I certainly had aspirations and dreams for my career path, but I wouldn't have predicted that with the support and guidance of the senior leadership team at GEMS Winchester School, Dubai, I will have the opportunities to make an impact in the field of STEAM and innovation. So initially, it was just about exploring the educational landscape and making those relationships with my students. But gradually, I think I developed a passion for integrating technology in classrooms, and I could see the transformative um, experiences that students would have, and that kind of kept me motivated.
You are a mastermind behind the STREAM curriculum, where it is science, technology, robotics, education, engineering, arts, and maths. So now let's be real. Do the student ever ask, why do we need art with all this tech? Can't robot paint?
That's a very good question, but on the contrary, I find that whenever we run the cycle of design thinking process, students are particularly interested and curious about the designing part, which comes a step before they actually create the prototype. And I feel that it is not just the art, but the capabilities of various tools that we use, whether it is just a pencil sketch or allowing them to express themselves using CAD softwares and 3D designings like Tinkercad. I think students really love these experiences, and it allows them to express themselves in various ways.
And between us, who gets more excited when this robots start rolling through the classroom? It's the teachers or the students?
Well, I think all of us get super excited when we have not robots exactly, but a piece of very interesting tech being carried out in our classrooms. Recently, we are exploring a lot of AI tools in our classrooms, and it really, the kind of excitement it generates amongst the students, so they immediately get hooked on to the lesson. And the only starter you need to say that we are going to use QReport or we are going to have Minecraft in the lesson, and that is what the hook is all about.
So, Ms. Swati, my next question is about AI being your little friend. So, when you have mentioned AI is a game changer, are we talking like AI becomes a friend of little Timmy, and when Timmy forgets to do his homework, does AI send reminder to the students?
Well, we all would love such an assistant for all the students. However, I feel the impact of AI goes far beyond just setting reminders for homework or automating the iterative tasks for teachers. To name a few advantages, there are so many AI tools that caters to adaptive learning for students in classrooms. Tools such as Magic School, EduAid, QReport, they give real-time feedback to all the students of the class, and they have to act upon it. So that is absolutely wonderful. And second would be the data-driven insights that the teacher can garner from using these apps and inform the lesson during the transaction itself.
So, is there a button yet where AI reads student mind, or we are just a quick update away from that feature?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Um, the kind of advancement that we are seeing in terms of technology that AI brings to us, to all the educators, I'm sure we have these things in pipeline where the tools can actually read student minds and cater the learning plan for them. However, as we see now, the kind of feedback that the AI tool can provide students with during a classroom or when they are doing an EFL or taking a quiz, that real time feedback, I would say, it makes the learning more meaningful and impactful for the students in real time. So, yeah, for now, I think we are good with that.
So now, with all this innovation happening inside your classroom, have you ever had one of those oops moments where, like, when you try to launch something new and maybe it did not work as per your requirements?
Well, with technology, we all are aware that glitches happen. It is bound to happen. So, what we need to tell our students how to handle such a situation when it does happen. Because recently, I remember we were exploring a feature of one of the apps, and it did not go as planned. And we had planned a very interesting activity over the app, but it did not go as planned because of some repetitive erroneous code which the computer kept on giving us. So, in such situations, I always advise my students to stay calm, assess the situation, and learn from the experience so that we can improvise, improve, and have some contingency in place. For example, if we are doing an online class or online activity, always keep a PDF version ready in case the technology does not work as we want it to work. We can then use and not waste the valuable time of students in class.
So, what's the most innovative request you have from the students, if you can share with us?
Yeah, the way students create and keeps inspiring us is really amazing. But the one that stands out to me is the sustainability app. Yeah, that one, because in our schools we emphasize a lot on sustainable development goals and STEAM or stream with a purpose when we bring all these goals in picture. So I do remember we had a year 6 group of students suggesting or trying to create an app called sustainability app that would just collect some regular input data like the energy consumption or which is the preferred mode of transportation, and then give the feedback or suggestion based on that to reduce the carbon footprint around the schools for students and for the community. So yeah, that was a quite innovative one.
Okay. And what is the next big thing in education? Are we on the verge of virtual classrooms where students have avatars or maybe AI powered lunch trays that calculate how much calories every person is having for lunch or dinner?
Well, that would be every woman's delight, and for that matter, everyone's delight to have. But I think that we are already on the cusp of AI revolution, and there's no shying away from that. We have to embrace it, understand it, and use it in the safe and more ethical ways for us as teachers and also for students. So I do believe and I foresee a time where we will have virtual classrooms, AI powered virtual classrooms. Now, when I speak about it, we already have seen how Zoom or Microsoft Teams have transformed the ways in which we connect online with our students. And with AI features imbued in them, they can have automatic attendance tracking system or more interactive learning experiences for students. So yes, I feel very positive and upbeat about this. So there are exciting times ahead.
And for the record, if we have AI teaching, does that mean students can blame robots for giving them too much homework?
I'm sure that's going to come and fall in our plate as educators. But yes, I feel that we are at the right time in the right place and we should embrace AI with open mindedness. And as an educator and as a parent, we do feel anxious that are we going to navigate the ethical conundrums that comes with the AI tools and technology. But I'm sure gradually the educators and everybody around they're going to come up with policies and ways and means in which we can make these tools safe for our children and students. So yeah.
Miss Swati, so before we start your interview, let's do some lightning round. And I'm gonna ask you a few questions and you have to answer whatever comes in your mind first. So, your favorite piece of tech in the classroom?
Well, my favorite piece of tech have to be AR Merge Cube and VR glasses, just for the fact that they make the abstract learning concrete and they craft immersive learning experiences for learners of diverse abilities. So they have to be my favorite.
The most surprising thing a student has ever coded?
Well, I remember during the last season FLL, I remember this vividly. We had the theme called Masterpieces, and the team came up with a very innovative idea of using the facial recognition system in pictoblocks, and they came up with an emotion sensitive play chart in the concert, and they coded a system where they captured the image using webcam, and it was used to identify the emotion of the person. So when the emotion was happy and upbeat, it would play a song which is quite spirited, and adapt the concert to the need of the student, the audiences. So that was amazing, I felt.
One thing you wish teacher had a delete button for.
That would be tricky. Not exactly delete, but I would say maybe a transform button for to have the students opportunities to change fixed mindset to a growth mindset, so that just by adding the word yet, I'm not able to do it yet, but definitely I'll figure it out later.
Would you let AI teach your own kids?
I would have to say yes, but definitely I would not like AI to be the only teacher, because I do believe that AI has the abilities to adapt learning based on the personal needs of the students. However, children need to Maslow before they bloom, and this human touch can only be brought by teachers, because a great teacher inspires the students, it picks up on the emotional needs of the students, and then inform the learning experiences for them. So definitely guided by AI, but not replaced.
Thank you, Ms. Swati, for sharing your valuable insights with our viewers today.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi, for inviting me to this amazing conversation, and I really enjoyed.
Thank you so much. Thanks for today's episode of Think and Innovate. Remember, the future is just a few lines of code away, so keep dreaming big, think outside the box, and maybe don't let the robot take over just yet. Thank you so much.